This chart maps global megawealth at the millennium. In 2000, 470 billionaires held a combined $898 billion. By 2026, 3,428 individuals hold an aggregate $20.1 trillion. Even adjusted for inflation, the velocity of this accumulation is an outlier in economic history. The annual Forbes World's Billionaires list is frequently dismissed as a vanity scoreboard, a high-stakes gossip column for the ultra-wealthy. Evaluated as a singular dataset, these 40 years of records track the specific moments when the mechanisms of capital mutated. It is an archive of how the economy moved away from physical constraints and toward infinite scale. To trace how that mutation happened, we have to look back at how extreme wealth was generated in the 1980s and early 90s. The richest people on Earth built their fortunes on physical assets, real estate development, manufacturing, and brick-and-mortar retail. People like Walmart founder Sean Walton, along with a tight cohort of Japanese moguls dominating Tokyo real estate, reliably topped the rankings. Physical industries carry an inherent economic ceiling. To double your revenue, you have to buy more land, construct more warehouses, manufacture more goods, and hire thousands of additional workers. You are strictly bound by the limits of geography and logistics. By 1995, the hierarchy changed. Microsoft founder Bill Gates captured the #1 spot. Microsoft was not moving physical goods. They were selling software. Code costs virtually nothing to duplicate. You can ship it globally in seconds without laying a single brick or loading a single shipping container. This removal of physical friction allowed for the rise of the centa-billionaire. For decades, the geography of extreme wealth was highly concentrated. If you looked at the top tiers of the list, you were looking almost entirely at Americans. The data begins to fracture around the turn of the century. You can see it clearly on this magazine cover from 2003, which flagged the sudden emergence of Chinese entrepreneurs. By 2015, China was producing nearly a quarter of all newcomers to the list. At the exact same time, India's industrial sector matured. Figures like Mukesh Ambani pushed into the top 10, leveraging massive telecommunications and energy conglomerates. Today, the geographical monopoly is broken. Extreme wealth is decentralized, establishing a baseline of capital distribution that now spans over 60 different countries. We expect broad macroeconomic crashes to wipe out wealth. Historically, they did. When the dot-com bubble burst in 2001, dozens of billionaires dropped off the list entirely. The 2008 financial crisis evaporated $2 trillion in a single year. But look at this timeline chart tracking total billionaire wealth against global crises. Following the drops in 2001 and 2008, the pandemic window between 2020 and 2021 triggers the steepest one-year gain in the history of the data. The collective pool spiked from $8 trillion to over $13 trillion. Modern catastrophic events now act as catalysts for the top tier. While the general economy struggles, the structures of the digital and industrial elite use widespread crises to accelerate concentration. There is a significant blind spot in these numbers. To qualify for the Forbes ranking, reporters must be able to verify an individual's assets and debts. Because of this, royal families and heads of state are strictly excluded. When political power heavily entwines with private capital, the math breaks down. Following the 2017 Saudi Arabian purges, individuals like Al-Walid bin Talal were removed from the rankings because verifying their actual financial control became impossible. This visualization shows the severe top-loading effect within the list itself. A tiny fraction, the top 20 individuals, routinely controls roughly 13% of the entire multi-trillion-dollar pool. When you account for the strict methodological exclusions, the untrackable state fortunes, and the heavy concentration at the apex, that $20 trillion total is a highly conservative estimate. Ultimately, these rankings serve as the most precise map we have of the global economy. They document exactly what the market values and precisely how it funnels that value to the top.